Hi, it's Sarah. Welcome. Okay, so if you didn't know, I just came back from Sweden quite recently. On the way over to Sweden, my family came with me, but they left a week before I did, so I went back to the US by myself. This is the first time I've ever flown on a plane by myself. It's not a short trip, it's across the Atlantic. I should have known that it wasn't going to go well. On the way over, I had done everything by myself. My family was kind of behind me, but I was still on my own. I did pretty well. Nothing went wrong, so I felt okay about it. I knew what was going to happen. I was ready. Let's start at the beginning. Saturday night. So I knew that I should try to get as much sleep as possible, and I was really tired anyway, but as soon as I laid down, okay, sleep. Ready for sleep. But I really have to go to the bathroom. Okay, I really need to go. Okay, I'm going. Okay, I've gone to the bathroom. I'm done. Do I have to go again? No. I just came back. No, I'm fine. My feet are really dry. It's really uncomfortable. My feet are so dry. No, I don't care. Okay, I care. Where is some lotion, something, anything? The fact that the sun doesn't set does not bother me at all. The light in this room is not bothering me. It is pitch black. I'm actually pretty comfortable right now. There's a demon behind me! Okay, no, it's just air. Okay. That chair looks slightly like a possessed child. Oh my gosh, it's gonna kill me. I'm dead. I am fine. Sleep. Okay, I really have to go to the bathroom now. Of course, I had to wake up early. So we get to the airport, and on time, we were supposed to be there at 6, like the latest. So I had enough time to figure everything out. We were there at 5:45. It was all good. All good. I said goodbye to my uncle. My aunt came in and helped me check in my suitcase. Then we tried to find where the security was, and we walked all the way over to where the security signs were and all the machines and stuff. And we realized that the line for the security stretched all the way across to the other side of the airport, so we had to run to try to get not too far behind in the line. I said goodbye to my aunt, and she left me alone in the line, and I went to security. Okay, I walked up with my passport and boarding pass all ready to go. I had everything I needed right there. There was a scanning machine, and you put your boarding pass there so it can scan it and say you're supposed to be here. I put mine in, and nothing happened. There was no beep saying it was okay. The guy sitting there looking at the computer, he's like, the other way. Flip it over. Yeah, I put the code bar so it was facing the wrong direction, not towards the actual scanning device, so I flipped it over. Okay, only person that didn't understand that, but that is fine. I went to security, and luckily I picked the good line. In the line next to me, for some reason, it was stopping every single person. I chose the good line. Everything was going fine. I was supposed to find this juice, slightly kind of soda thing for the trip, and water. I was looking around to see where I could find it, and I was looking at these bottles until I realized they were all vodka bottles. I keep going, I take a lot of twists and turns, and eventually, finally, I find my gate. Yes. Now's the time when I should find the drinks. Found it, and I couldn't understand what the bottles were. The bottled water in America is not the same as in Sweden, so I didn't know what was water and what wasn't. This woman took this one bottle that looked exactly like water, so I took that bottle, and I tried to read it to see if it said that if it was something else. I didn't see anything on it that indicated that it was not water. I bought that, and I found the juice that I was supposed to get. I walked up to the lady at the checkout. I put the 2 bottles there, and she said that it was 35 crowns or something like that. I'd been hoping to use cash. However, the only crown cash I had was 20. I meant to keep a 50, so ow. Which meant that I had to use the Visa card that my dad got me. I've never used a credit card before or anything similar to one, and it never occurred to me before to ask how it worked. She told me to put it in, and on the credit card thing, the machine, there was a little demonstration of this card being put into the bottom. Every single store we went to, you put the credit card at the bottom of the machine. I tried to put it in underneath, but I was bending down. I don't know where this goes. He's like, no, there's no memory card there. Slide it. Oh, okay, yeah, right. Slid the card, and nothing happened. And so she just slowly took it out of my hand and did it for me. Thanks. Okay. Then she said PIN number, and that word sounded familiar, but I didn't really know what it meant. I didn't know what she wanted me to do. I don't know, And then she reached over and pressed this yellow button in the middle. That was it. She handed me my receipt and I bought it and I'm like, okay, that didn't make any sense to me, but okay. I go over to the waiting section and waited for a really long time. I don't know where flight 6A was going, the flight connected to gate 6A, but a lot of people were going there. I counted the chairs by each gate. In ours there were 37 and in the one next to ours there was 14. A bit weird. Anyway, they started boarding us. Thankfully I didn't have to scan my boarding pass again and try to figure out how that worked. The woman just took it from me and scanned it without even looking at it, so. Okay, this was exciting. I'm by myself. I'm getting ready to go on the plane. Yeah. I got on the plane and it was really, really hot. I was sweating in my seat. Then the plane started to go and about 5 minutes into the air, it got freezing cold. It was so cold, and after like 30 minutes of it, I tried to turn the air off or like change it or something, but it was stuck. I couldn't move it. The only way I could escape the air is if I was like lying on my knees, draped over my legs, or if I was basically in the seat next to me. Zipped up my sweater. I had the hood up and I was like just trying to cover every inch of me. It didn't do much. I had a heavier sweater with me, but I put it up in the shelf above the seats and I would have gotten it. However, I'd been watching people go up to get their blankets or sweaters or jackets or something, and they were struggling with the button to open it, the like hatch or latch or whatever. It looked really hard. For some reason they just weren't working very well, so the shy person I am who doesn't like to bring attention to myself, I wasn't gonna. It's only 3 hours in a plane. I could do it. I just tried to like curl up on the side, but I refused to pick my feet up on the chair because I didn't want to look like more of a child than I actually already seemed to be. I was thirsty. I thought I should drink some water. My throat was dry, so I took out the water bottle. I opened it and it was bubbling a bit, and I knew that could happen on planes. Sometimes water does bubble, but not that much. I don't think this is water. I open it and I take a tentative sip. Nope, not plain water at all. I did not like it. I tried again. Nope, wasn't drinking that. Closed it, put it back in my bag. Great, just wasted money on that. Plane landed in Iceland. We went off in a side door, like an emergency door, and down the stairs, and then we were outside. It was so cold. I saw my breath fogging up before me. We were walking below the plane across the pavement. There were trucks with suitcases and people in uniforms. It was really weird. The doors opened. We went through. Everything is fine. I checked the board. I made sure my flight was at the same gate. It said on my boarding pass. It was on time. Everything was good. And then passport control. Everyone tells their stories of passport control. And I've heard that it's really bad to go through passport control when you're going to the US, when you're not a US citizen. I am a US citizen, so there were like 5 desks for people going to the US. The ones for the US were so long. And the person I was at was really slow. I'm just gonna assume that she was new. I have nothing to be worried about. I have my boarding pass and passport right here. I was watching the people in front of me to see what they were doing, and I was ready. So I stood at the yellow line. I was waiting. I was calm. I was fine. I walk up to the desk. This is how it went. You are Sarah Sentman? Yes. Are you Swedish or I have dual. Oh, you have dual citizenship. Dual. You are flying alone? That's right. But here it says you're not even 18 yet, and it is Icelandic law that you must be 18 years or older to be flying by yourself. Oh great, what am I supposed to do about that now? Okay, see, pretend I'm holding a cookie. See, I'm breaking, oh geez, oops, crumbs on the floor. This half of my family is the Swedish half, and they're over in Sweden. And this half is my American half, and they're over in America. Now, some of my family are crumbs on the floor right now, but as you can see, there's no cookie in Iceland. There's no family here in Iceland. What am I supposed to do? Am I gonna get arrested? Why would I get arrested? I've done nothing wrong. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna detain me? Are you gonna put me in a room and just wait for my parents to come and get me? In Iceland? Why can't you just let me through. Do you have a document signed by your parent or legal guardian saying that you can be flying by yourself? No. Why on earth would I have a signed document saying that I can fly back by myself? When you buy the ticket to fly, you have to put your age on it, so they knew how old I was when I bought the ticket. They didn't stop me from buying the ticket. I'm not from Iceland. How would I know this? In an airport, there are a bunch of people from different nationalities with different laws. How was I supposed to know about this one? If you don't put it, if you don't tell me when I buy the ticket. Even though I didn't buy the ticket, my dad did. But anyway. Could you call your parents so I could have confirmation that you can be flying by yourself? Or I can call them if you wish. Oh, yeah, sure, okay. There's no need to worry. I just want to have some sort of confirmation from a legal guardian. So I'm unzipping my bag and reaching and looking for my phone, and then I try to turn it on and it takes like a million years. Thankfully it has a battery still. It's unpredictable at this point, and so I try to call my dad. When I was in Sweden, I had to say +1 before I called him, or else it wouldn't work, and I wasn't sure if it was still +1 or if it was a different plus number or if it would even work because I wasn't in Sweden anymore, even though it should work. It's supposed to work. It did not work. My dad's not, it's not working. Do you think you could call? Yes. What is the number? I'm standing there and I'm waiting for her to call. I tell her the number. It didn't work. Could you please say it again? 74 or... Oh, okay. I told her 2 more times. She tried to call him like 3 or 4 times. And he wouldn't pick up. I'm not getting anything. I'm not a child. I'm a mature young adult. Just let me through. You're scaring me. But now I know that apparently there were no missed calls on his phone. So she probably didn't even call him at all. She probably didn't do the +1 thing that you're supposed to do. Probably knew. I don't care. So you live in the US? That's right. And who is picking you up? My parents? Your parents. So you were able to get through last time. Were you flying with anyone? I came to Sweden with my family. Your family. That's probably why you were allowed in. Yeah, so I did come from Sweden with my family, but I went through passport control on the way over by myself. I was alone. I don't think it said on the ticket that I was with other people. Is it because I was leaving the US? Is that why you let me through? I had absolutely no problem leaving Sweden. I had no problem the entire way going to Sweden. Why was this an issue? Well, I'm just going to let you through, but next time please have a signed document from a parent, just so we have legal confirmation. I was so scared. The first time I've ever been in a different country on my own. It's a busy place, and the passport control, they're scary people. They're mean. My hands were shaking, and I was probably really pale, and I tried to keep myself from tearing up because I was so scared. I just want to, like, pass out. I feel sick to my stomach. I have no appetite even though I'm supposed to grab some lunch now. So, kind of traumatized. I just wanted to go home. I just wanted to be home. I don't want to be near any of these people anymore. I find my gate, and there are these people everywhere. The lines for the gates were just sort of one giant group. I found the stand that sold pizza and hot dogs. And I'm like, oh, okay, good. There was a lady behind it. She was making pizzas or prepping them or something. I looked down at the counter. Closed. That hot dog was the only good thing going right in my life. You ate the only thing going right in my life. You ate my sandwich. Friends quotes. So I'm hesitant to stand in line. I stand near it. There's maybe 20 minutes before I guess they would start boarding us. I look behind me at the counter with the hot dog that said it was closed, and there's a man standing there talking to the woman who was just prepping pizzas. The sign was gone. It was open. Ran over, and I didn't know where the line was. Since he was the first person in line, I just made my own line. I was gonna get a hot dog instead of pizza because pizza took a longer time to make. Person in front of me ordered pizza, of course, so I was waiting there and getting kind of anxious. I didn't have a lot of time to eat the hot dog before I went on the plane. Okay, so there was this really, really, really annoying American family next to me. The dad was like, honey, what do you want to eat? Do they have pizza? I want pizza. What do you want on it? They have peppers and I just wanted cheese. And they have some sausage on it. I just want cheese. God, Dad. A couple minutes later, the mom comes and asks the same stupid questions. And they were just talking really loud and obnoxiously, and their voices were really annoying. Oh, they had pepperoni too. Dad, I just want cheese. So then the dad asks where the line is, even though he's already standing in the line that I made. Excuse me? Where's the line for this? And the woman behind the counter, still making the first guy's pizza, she says that it's on the other side of the guy. Of course, everybody, there were quite a few people there now, everybody moved to the other side before I could even like turn around. I ended up at the back of the line, even though I was there second, and I'm like, freaking kidding me, I was right there. The pizza was getting closer to done. I was about to order my hot dog. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Finally get to the front of the line. I order my hot dog. She hands it to me. It's all good. There was no place to buy it in that section. You had to go over to the regular cafeteria where the line was even longer because the cafeteria had a lot of people in it. And so I went over, go to the place, and I'm like, okay, you need to use the Visa card. The guy said swipe, so I did. I did it the wrong way again. The guy swiped it for me. I pressed the yellow button, and nothing happened, and he just stared at me. Icelandic or US currency. I just said US instead of pressing the button that said US. So we reached over, and he looked really unimpressed. He reached over and pressed the button for me. Once again, I failed at using the Visa card. Finished the hot dog, stood in line. Then they start boarding people. Have my boarding pass and passport ready. This woman scans it for me, she looks at it, and it takes longer than I'd like, but then she hands it to me, and then I didn't know where to go from there. I just followed the guy in front of me. I was on the bottom floor. There was other space to go around. I was going to Boston, and the gate right next to us was to New York, and I just want to make sure that I wasn't on that gate. However, they didn't say the gate number once you got underneath the sign that said it, so you had to go through a bunch of like twists and turns and go to different floor levels before you board the plane, so it's hard to tell if you're on the right plane or not. There's no signs or anything. Go up an escalator, and it looks like there's a bunch of doors around me, and I wasn't sure if I was supposed to go through them, but I just stayed following the guy in front of me. Go down the tunnel, onto the plane. Everything was fine. There were these guys speaking in Swedish to my left. You know, they were very Swedish looking with their red curly hair. The TV screen, I like looking at the plane's progress and what time it is on the screen, and it wasn't working. I turned it off, restarted it. Okay, so it's been a while. I have about 4 hours left on the plane, and I have to go to the bathroom. They don't want to queue by the bathroom. I'm looking back. There's the Indian man helping his children on the other side, and so I decided I'd wait for him to sit back down. I hadn't set the screen up to see where the plane was and what time it was and everything. The dotted line led to a green dot. The dot looked slightly farther left than I thought it would be. It didn't really look like it was in Massachusetts. That was probably because the dot was the same size no matter how far away the picture was from the US, because it was like far, and then it got closer and closer. When I got closer, there were a bunch of yellow dots everywhere for other airports, and it said where they were. Right below the green dot, it said New York. I literally jumped in my seat. I couldn't hold it anymore. It was too much stress, too many emotions. I ran into the bathroom and just panicked. And I was like trying to talk myself into calmness, and I was just freaking out, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Okay, it's okay. New York is driving distance from where we live. I can't call them right now, but once we land, I will. Maybe I should talk to my stewardess and just double check. Tried to make myself look calm and collected, and I go back to my seat. Stare at the screen determinedly. It still says New York below it. But then it goes to the screen that says the times. It says where you left and your destination. The destination said BOS for Boston. Oh, it was too much. To nearly just not be allowed to go on the plane because you're not 18 in Iceland, and then to think that you're on the wrong plane because it didn't say which plane you were on right before you enter. My little heart couldn't take all of this. I definitely stress ate. I started with 2.5 large packs of chocolate and a full pack of ballerina cookies. I entered the US with 1.5, slightly less than half, packs of chocolate. Then I leave. I go past this wall. I see a bunch of machines, and it looks like a casino. It's like a really chill casino. I couldn't really tell where the lines were. I went to a machine. I'm kind of hesitant with robots because I don't tend to have a lot of luck with them. I'm sure that comes as a big surprise at this point. Putting my passport there, I was really hesitant and nervous, and I was shaking like crazy. I'm sure I was like really pale because I'd been through a lot that day. And then it asks you to take a picture, and it moves, and it says to look at the camera. So I look at the camera. Apparently the camera was higher up than I thought it was, and I felt weird about smiling, so I just left plain face. Apparently especially my bottom lip has more of a pucker than I thought, because I got the picture, and of course it's a terrible picture, but I looked like I was in a fight. My hair was all weird and messy, and my eyes are kind of downcast, and I look super exhausted, and my lip with the pucker, the way it looked with the black and white picture, it looked like somebody had punched me in the jaw. But the machines went pretty well. Finally, something went right. So I go over, went up, and he said basically nothing. The guy just let me through. Okay, see, this is how it's supposed to work. You're supposed to look at it and then just let me through. Obviously didn't care that I wasn't 18. What are you gonna do now? I live here. They said on the plane that the bags should be distributed at the whatever bag number 1. The place number 1. So I go to that number 1 where everybody else is standing, and there are a bunch of suitcases already going. So I hurry over and I stand there for a really long time. I swear I saw the same baby seats and red suitcase 4 or 5 times. Eventually, my bag came. While I was waiting to find my bag, there was a family next to me, and the dad wanted to freak out his kids, I guess. He's like, well, you know, things could still go wrong. I mean, what if our bag got lost? What if they put the whole place on lockdown? What if they said they found something suspicious in our suitcase? And the girl sitting next to him was like, Dad, no, just please stop, okay? I'm going to the bathroom. I'm not hearing any more of this. And I'm like, yes, please stop saying everything that could still go wrong. I find a long line of people, like where everybody's heading with their bags. So I follow them, saw this poster up on the side that said, what are you waiting for? And it was like a commercial or something. It said something underneath, maybe like a charity or something. But I was just thinking, I don't know. There were 2 places you can go. I just took the right lane with the guy at the desk. I'm like, I'm a US citizen. I feel like this is where US citizens should go. So I go up to him, I give him my receipt from the casino machines, and he looks at it, and he says, okay, you can go. I go out the door. I'm basically running out the door. I'm trying to hold myself back from like sprinting away from the airport services. And I see my parents. They're off to the side. It took me a second to find them, but I see them. They start walking over to me, and I'm like, take me home. I was just really stressed for that day. At that point, I wasn't sure that I was ever going to get there. Yeah, I'm not flying by myself for a while. I left that airport changed. Traumatized, definitely. But I'm alive. I'm at home. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Yep, I started singing that. I'm just lucky to be alive. If you are going to fly alone for the first time, it's not that bad. It's not. You definitely ask for help. That's a big thing to do. But my big recommendation is don't go through Iceland by yourself when you're not 18. I'm not that much younger than 18. Flippin' kidding me here. Oops. Okay. I'm sorry. I did vlog my trip in Sweden. I haven't finished editing it yet, but I will eventually, and I'll post it. See ya.